What's good, everybody? This is the Don John. Thank you for tuning into my brand new channel. Today we're going to be going ahead and discussing the transactions of the Phoenix Suns and giving you my thoughts and ideas of it. And stay tuned for another video of the other transactions that have went on during the NBA. So thanks again for tuning in and enjoy the show. So prior to the draft, I had envisioned the Suns getting two players here. One being Devin Booker's best friend, D'Angelo Russell. I mean, come on. With this, we kill two birds with one stone. We keep Devin Booker happy. We bring in an all-star that could potentially get us to the playoffs for once in over 10 years, just about. And then reportedly, they were saying that Julius Randle wanted to join the Suns there as well. I mean, why not? He would have been our starting power forward. He would have fit in pretty nicely and banged with Ayton, just like Zach Randolph and Gasol used to do, minus defense. But the lineup consisting of D'Angelo Russell, Devin Booker, re-signing Kelly Oubre, getting Julius Randle, and having Ayton, that's just a dream team right there. But as we all know about now, none of that went down. But I'm gonna go through each transaction that the Suns did and who we did bring in, and give you the highs and lows about that. So the first transaction that we see here is we traded this guy, TJ Warren. Now don't get me wrong, TJ Warren was a really solid player when he was healthy. However, the dude just got too hurt. He got hurt all the time, and it's like, bruh, we needed you, man. We needed you to win some games for us. And you know what? I mean, he came up pretty short at times there too when Devin Booker got out and he got hurt. Like, Warren wasn't there to be that second man that we needed to score out of the perimeter. But on top of that, we also traded our 32nd pick for the 2019 draft. And this was very questionable because I know TJ Warren was an asset. We traded him to the Indiana Pacers for about $1.1 million. And that's it. That's all we get is your $1.1 million. So, I mean, it is very indeed questionable why we made this trade. I mean, that is just beyond my mind. I don't know why they did that. But I kind of thought, okay, you know what? It's fine. I mean, TJ Warren had a pretty big contract, so we're just trying to free up some space. We got another $1 million coming back here to us, so that'd be closer to getting to that dream team that I wished. But then we just end up seeing this. We traded our 6th pick, which adds to that cap space. But then we bring in Dario Saric, and it's like, wow, okay, so Julius Randle is completely out the picture. The Bang Bros are gonna be getting together. I mean, I really like the dude. Dario Saric is a solid player. I think they just weren't using him right over there with the Wolves. But definitely another kick-out player just in case Ayton gets stuck there in the bottom. Has a nice shot, made the playoffs, so he definitely could bring that veteran mentality to the team. Yeah, I mean, pretty solid numbers, but then things kind of got a little bit worse from here. As we see, then we ended up trading for Aaron Baines. Now this one, I have no idea why they did this. I mean, again, Baines is a solid player, could be a really awesome backup for Ayton. So what we ended up doing was we gave up yet another one of our assets in the Milwaukee first round 2020 pick, which I doubt is going to be worth anything anyways. I mean, I could see Milwaukee being the top 3 teams next year in the East, so that pick is definitely going to be a high 20s pick there. But otherwise, yeah, this this whole deal here contradicted what the Phoenix Suns did with the TJ Warren deal and why it made it so bad, because now we got rid of his contract, opened up space, but then we ended up bringing two more people in with some alright contracts, and basically just killed it, just ate up our cap space here with that. So it's like, great, now it's even harder to even get D'Angelo Russell over here. What we could have used for those assets in the 2020 pick and TJ Warren and the 6th pick, we could have traded that for D'Angelo Russell and maybe a little bit even more as well. Who knows? But all of our assets are pretty much gone gone just like that. But there's also some other things that happened after the draft, but this was just all in the draft night. Now you see a lot of things happen, and ultimately it did get kind of worse here, which I'll explain right now. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about more of who the Suns drafted during that night. And well, let's go ahead and start off by saying we first had the number 6 pick, which was already disappointing enough. We ended up trading that 6th pick when James Jones clearly said that he was happy with it, for Dario Saric, and then the 11th pick. Now, when you're gonna go down like that, I think we do deserve a little bit better of a player. Not saying anything for Dario, I'm really happy that he's here, but I mean, we could have definitely gotten someone a lot better with that 6th pick. And then on top of that, we drafted Cameron Johnson, who wasn't supposed to be that high of a pick. It clearly says right here, mid-second round to potentially jump into the late 1st round, depending on physicals. Now, everybody was questioning this decision. I haven't even heard of Cameron Johnson until that draft. They said I looked at the statistics. He is the best shooter from 3-point range, but he wasn't supposed to be that high of a pick, and he wasn't even in attendance during that time. So it was a little awkward there for the Suns. So really, I just really hope this guy turns out to be really good. I mean, Devin Booker was a bench player in college. We drafted him, and he ends up being this wonderful gem and a starting star. Which now leads me here to our next guy, is Ty Jerome. This guy has a little bit more credentials here behind him. So as we see here, he won the national championships. He was selected to the 2019 NCAA Final Four All-Tournament team, and then he was named All-ACC second team in 2018-19 and third team in the 2017 and 18 season. So he has some good credentials about him. He's tall at 6'6" for a point guard. So we'll see how well this guy develops. Hopefully he could be something good here for us, but only time will tell. Now, overall with these, I'm just not too sure. These aren't people that I researched prior hand, but let's just hope to see if the Suns did do well. That's the only thing we can do, because it's just been way too long since we've made the playoffs, and the West hasn't gotten any easier either. Which now leads us to our next trades here. So right after draft night, a couple of days after, maybe a week, we ended up making an additional trade here to the Memphis Grizzlies. We traded the problematic Josh Jackson. As you've probably already heard, he has some court cases here regarding him running for the police out in Miami for some concert. He got his own baby high. I forgot, it was 3 or 4 month-old baby. It was in the same car with them, or I don't even know how it played out, but he got his baby high. Come on, Josh. You made it to the NBA, man. You're 19, 20 years old. Are you already messing it up, man? You had great potential. I had trust in you. And then on top of that, you you blew off a signing at a Fry's food store here, and James Jones had to come say sorry to everyone and buy everyone some beer. Like, come on, man, really, Josh? Like, jeez, man, anyone would have loved to have been in your position. You were picked, what was it, 4th? You were the 4th overall pick. If you don't shape up, you're going to be a bust and you're going to be out from the league. And I don't know what you're going to do afterwards there, bro. But, jeez, I'm so disappointed. But I'm at the same time, I am happy that we did get rid of you. But one thing I wasn't too happy about was getting rid of DeAnthony Melton. Now, DeAnthony Melton was one of the top rookies in steals this year, one of the top 5, Mikal Bridges being the number 1. But he had pretty good stats here. If we take a look, he was averaging 1.4 steals, 5 points. He wasn't doing so hot with field goals being just under 40%, and then even worse for 3-pointers being at just about 31%. But this guy definitely had potential, and again, I mean, he was one of the top 5 in steals, so I don't know why the Suns ended up trading him along with Jackson, and what we got in return was Javon Carter. Now, I was reading up some articles here about him and actually Melton. They kind of go hand in hand with each other. They are the same player, basically, both defensive minded. Except that Javon Carter did go all 4 years in college, and he has seen improvements throughout the 4 years. So Javon Carter definitely is another one of those defensive players. Slightly less on the statistical side with 4.4 points. What was it right here? 0.7 steals. And then a 30% field goal and a 33% 3-pointer. But at the same time, he did only play about 14-15 minutes of playing time, while DeAnthony Melton here got 19 to 20 minutes. So there is a significant difference. DeAnthony Melton did get a better opportunity. With Javon Carter, he was playing behind Mike Conley, so it was only obvious that he wouldn't play as much minutes with Mike Conley still there. But I mean, so we'll just hope to see how Javon Carter does. He did say that Melton did have a higher potential. I really do hope that could change, especially because we ended up getting Kyle Korver, which we did waive because obviously we had no room for him and he's too old. And then we also gave up 2 picks here. As we see, it's going to be the 2020 second round and then the 2021 second round pick on a conditional level. So, I mean, who knows what those picks could have been. But still, I think we gave a little too much for just for Javon Carter, excuse me. This guy better be worth it. I know definitely he'll be coming off the bench. Maybe even, no, he'll definitely come off the bench there. I hope we do see improvements. Otherwise, it's just another waste of good assets. But on the high note here, we did re-sign Kelly Oubre, one of those people that I had envisioned being in this upcoming dream team. Though really we missed out on the other 2 stars. But we got my man Kelly Oubre back. I'm super happy. Gonna buy his jersey there and have him sign it. Hashtag Valley Boys, look them up. They have some really cool merchandise if you're a fan of the Phoenix Suns, and definitely check that out. But we got Kelly Oubre back. So what I can really see here with the starting lineup, we get Ricky Rubio, Devin Booker, Kelly Oubre, Dario Saric, and DeAndre Ayton. So not a bad starting lineup. We got Ricky Rubio there making the plays here for us, so he could set up both Devin Booker and Ayton. Especially Ayton, we did not use him to his full potential last year. I really believed he could have been Rookie of the Year if we had given him the ball more. We just didn't have anyone to distribute it, was all. So perfect Ricky Rubio. He was actually probably my second or third person after D'Angelo Russell and choice of point guards. So not a bad pickup. But just one thing that I don't really get is how, if you take a look here, it says Yahoo Sports graded the Phoenix Suns offseason an F. Like, I think that's a little bit too harsh there. We did get some solid pieces back. I mean, we filled the power forward position there with Dario. We got a backup center in Aaron Baines. And we got a pretty good a point guard there in Ricky Rubio. I don't see how we got an F from this offseason. The team definitely has improved. We should see them away from the bottom feeders. But again, it's just going to be hard with how stacked and spread out the West is. So only time will tell, but I truly believe that we could make it close to being a 500 team. We can only hope so, but it's going to be my third season being a season ticket holder, so I'll be there firsthand watching these games. And I can only pray that this time I will enjoy those games. So that's going to wrap up my video here today, guys. I thank you very much for watching. Definitely like, comment on your thoughts, and subscribe to my channel. And look out for my next video on all the transactions that's happened here thus far from the NBA. It's going to be a real good one, so stay tuned.